Hey everybody, it's ZAVGreviews here, back again with another review, and today I'm reviewing Streets of Rage 2 for the WiiWare system for 800 Wii points. Okay, let's get started. So in the first Streets of Rage 1, Adam, Axel, and Blaze were all allowed to stop Mr. X from taking over the world. Now they're at it again, but this time Mr. X has also kidnapped Adam. So on their adventure this time, Axel and Blaze are joined by two new friends. One is Skate, who is Adam's younger brother, and Max, the powerhouse wrestler of the team that is supposedly one of Axel's best friends. So in this game, basically what it is a 2D scroller fighting beat 'em up. Each character, as you would imagine, has their own stats, so it's easier to pick from. Axel is number 1 for technique. Skate is speed, Blaze is all around, and Max, as you might have guessed, is power. Alright, so in this game, there are a lot of different stages to go through. There are about 7 or 8, and they're very unique and very creative, and they're all very different. Each stage at the very end comes with a boss, and they're all very, very challenging, very tricky, and very fun. All the enemies have names, which is, I guess, okay, and they also have a life bar that you can see at the top of the screen. That's different from the first game. That's a big improvement. In the options menu, you can choose how many players. In the beginning screen, you can choose how many players you want, 1 player or 2 player. And the options menu, which lets you set how many lives you get at the beginning of the game, lets you listen to soundtracks. And by the way, the music in this game is just top notch. Here, let me chew you on the music for a little while. Yeah, so it's a really, really good soundtrack. And funny thing I learned from my friend Afterburst here on YouTube. I'll probably put his link in the sidebar now since I've said his name, but still. Funny thing I learned from, I think it was Afterburst on YouTube at least, saying that the soundtrack is so good that instead of the publisher of the game and stuff, they actually put the person who wrote the song on the cover title of the game, that has to be impressive. I don't know who it was. It's some Japanese name that I can't pronounce, but anyway, yeah, the music is really good, and the enemies are all very creative. There are side bosses, if you would call them that. The bosses that have a little longer life, but aren't technically a boss. You get to hit items in the street or wherever you are in the game, and things like signs, trash cans, break them, and sometimes they'll give you a weapon, and sometimes they'll give you money, which is points, and sometimes they'll give you food, which is your health points. An apple is half your life, and if you get a turkey, you refill all your life. There are many different weapons in this game you can use, which is very creative. You can use knives, pipes, bats. It's all very unique, and I think it's very, very creative how they used it. Each character has kind of like a special move that they use when they are in trouble, and if you use your special move, which is kind of a bummer, you lose some life if you connect with enemies on your special move. But it is powerful. The special move is powerful. In the third game, they have a meter that I'll probably review the third game later on, so I don't want to spoil anything. But each character has many different unique moves. They have a throwing move, they have a punching move, they have a special move. So each character has their own moves. There's really nothing else to say besides the music is great, the enemies are challenging and fun to face, the characters are all very unique, and the bosses are great. I think I said bosses. If I didn't, well, the bosses are great if you haven't heard for the 5th time. I've said it probably before. It's very creative how you smash things, how they basically put a 3D platforming into a 2D world where basically you can move up and down, shifting from screen to screen, fighting the enemies. There's no problems with the camera. I really can't say anything bad about this game because the game is perfect length. It's not short and it's not too long. You can set the difficulty level depending how good you are at the game. If I had to find one thing wrong about the game, it's really hard because there's really nothing wrong with this game. It's almost perfect, and I can't believe I'm saying that. But I'm trying to find one thing that's wrong with this game, and I just can't figure it out right now. Yeah, I just can't think of anything that's wrong with this game. I just can't. It's a very good game, and I don't think there's any other game that could beat this on the Sega Genesis. I think this game is great. I think it's perfect. I think it deserves a 10 out of 10, and I think it's definitely worth 800 Wii points on the WiiWare system that you could download if you have Nintendo Wi-Fi. See you guys later.